Welcome to Rooted Sprouts. So the garden has really changed since the last time I showed it. Yeah, that was there by itself. I still got a couple things growing. I still got some Napa cabbage, collards, onions, more bok choy, uh, dog poop everywhere. That's what happens when you have two giant dogs. We got some chips from Chip Drop, and we finally got it all in the backyard, and here we are. As of right now, as of after recording this video and posting it, it's kind of still sitting there, but a little bit more level than what you see right here. Chip Drop is pretty interesting. I'll talk to you about that at the end of the video here. Of course, fig tree, end of the summertime. Doing all right. Got some figs on there, which probably shouldn't be on there. But we're going to let her do what she does, give her some water and keep her going. Raspberry, she looks a bit out of sorts. She looks really good now, but here she looks just a little mangled a little bit. I think the heat kind of got her at the tail end of the summer. That is eucalyptus, which is actually doing really well, which is I'm surprised. Cherry tree, which is really holding up. We'll see how she goes through winter. She's got a little bit of frost damage, I guess, on the leaves. But otherwise, she's been holding up. Ashwagandha, which is, getting its berries, going to seed. So that actually is normal for it to look like that. Bok choy, that's seeding. And I don't even know. I think it's seeding because our weather here in Arizona is just... It is night and day, hot and cold. So at night, it probably goes to 50s, 40s. But during the day, we're like 70s, low 80s sometimes. So I think anything that's cold weather is not really sure what to do with itself. Those are the purple onions. I really just clipped the tops off and used them like onion chives. And that is actually garlic chives right next to it. More onions, purple onions. We got some calendula in there. I just kind of throw seeds in, and wherever I can see an empty spot, I put some seeds in there. So calendula, we got some red clover that's down under, but you can't see it. Kale, collards, 2 mints, orange mint, and another mint. I can't think of what that is. Those are garlic planted in that bed as well, but the collards have taken over to where you can't even see the garlic. Tomatillo, which this is after she was cut back. This was a bush. I mean, she went wild, and now is just starting to fruit. So I have to go out there and collect all the fruit. She has gone crazy. But then we have the Malabar spinach, which is actually doing really well. I can't even. It has like a waxy leaf on it, and it just turned itself around the trellis. I didn't even train it. I just gave it a little help with my little twisty things up there, my Velcro ties. Over here, we got Roselle. I actually need to uproot her and put her in her own pot or another bed just to give her some room. And leaf fell off. She actually, fruited a little bit, flowered, and then this is her second time flowering. So we'll see. She was only 2 inches when I got her. Poblano, that's the one poblano that I got from summer, and it's still hanging on. Well, I'm going to let it keep hanging. Those are garlic cloves that sprouted from me just throwing them in the bed, and that is a bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, actually 1 bell pepper on it. That is jalapeno, which is now starting to come back. We got the bush tomatoes, which are doing really good. That big one got so red and ripe that a bird came. As soon as I saw the redness, I turned my back. I came out a couple hours later and it was gone. Bird ate it. But that's my Thai basil, which I need to pop the tops off because it keeps wanting to flower, which is understandable. And so I just pop those tops off really quickly. I don't know what that needs. I feel like the leaves should be a little thicker. But that is oregano. We got the regular basil here, which was a huge bush. And now we have a jar of pesto in the house for that. More bok choy on the other side. Our family loves bok choy. I don't know why. We do. It just... I don't know, goes with stir fries. We make a lot of stir fries. Some lemongrass right next to the bok choy. That is holy basil. I think it's Krishna holy basil. Good tea, good adaptogen. That is a mango seed that I sprouted. I always put it in a paper towel and then it rots. And this time I have to put it in a pot and I thought, we'll see. And there it goes. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I need to put it in a bigger pot. We got some Napa cabbage. These I grew from seed. These were seed Napa cabbage. On the other side, there are store-bought Napa cabbages, which are not doing as well. But strawberries, which I planted. Some pansies. I think they're pansies. I can't even remember. There is a lemon balm underneath those Napa cabbages, which is still doing well, but it's not coming out. Those white flowers are allium. I put those in there just to kind of get rid of any bugs or anything. There's poppy and calendula. This is my sugar cane.
Excuse me, Cocoa Bean.
Which has aphids on it. I didn't know sugar cane got aphids on it, so that was very surprising to me. So I usually go around and I just take the hose and I spray them off. But I have to put it on the ground and spray them because I don't want aphids in any of my other flowers. But they can go in the mulch on the ground, I guess. It's better than being in my other flowers. This is like full of aphids, but it's actually doing really well. There was only 2 shoots coming out of there, and now it's just going crazy. I can't keep it on the ground. I keep it up here because my German Shepherd will eat it and uproot it. So that's a no.
Excuse me, Cocoa Bean.
Yeah, so more allium, more calendula. We got more poppy, which I love poppy. It's really good. I like it. Calendula is good for the skin. We got some beans, which actually is a summertime bean. That's a bush bean. That actually shouldn't be grown, but I tend to don't pull anything out if it looks like it's doing well. That's grape vine, which actually died back because I wasn't watering it like I should have been. And then I started watering it and I was going to rip it out, and then I noticed leaves on it, so I just left it. That is a watermelon from this summer that lasted. The reason why I'm thinking it has that black stuff on that right there on the side is because the beds here are treated with lanolin oil, I believe, the person I got them from. And and it was leaning up against the wood, and only where it's leaning up against the wood is where that happened. So I just left it. Got parsley, which was like nothing when I put it in there, and then all of a sudden it like loves this spot. So clip it off when we need it. More allium keeps the bugs away. This bed is really, no real bugs are in there. I mean, nothing that are like eating the plants, which is good. These are my Oya pots. I have 2 in this bed, 2 in a couple in another bed, and 1 in the bed next to it. When I forget to water, it like helps. I need to actually get a drip system, but in the meantime, the Oya pots work. Oh yeah, those are, actually I don't even know what they are. African something, but they're really pretty, and they bring on the bees. That's where the watermelon root is, so I make sure I keep that well moisturized. Those cabbage looks like Cabbage Patch Kids. If I might be dating myself right now, but it looked like Cabbage Patch Kids. That is the aloe that a neighbor gave me, which I thought was super nice. So this is the sweet potato. It was going wild. I put a sunflower in between it. Remember I had said I was going to rip out one and keep the other, whatever was strongest, and that one kept going. That sweet potato was nothing. I cut some of those slips off and actually put them in another pot. So those have actual full sweet potatoes under the ground, which I buried and let the shoots come up. This has only the slips in it that I buried. I put a slip that was as long as the pot, a little bit longer, and I put it way down in there, put a hole in there as long as the pot is, deep as the pot is, put that slip in there, and I've been just letting them kind of just do their thing. So I'll see what they're doing in the next month or so. This is my lime, a thornless Mexican lime. I got her home. Her leaves were curled. I didn't know what was going on. I thought she needed some fertilizer, but apparently it was just water, because now she has new leaves on her, which I have to do a new video to show the new leaves. But she's looking a little better. I was thinking her leaves are not green enough, but I've never had a lime tree before, so I don't know if the leaves should be as kind of like, they look a little pale to me, but we'll see. She's been doing all right. The tips were those higher branches were a little dried, so I snipped those off. But I've been watering her constantly every day. Put some mulch on her, And she's been doing good. She's got actual new growth, which I am excited about. So we'll see how she does. I don't think she should have any limes on her because she shouldn't, I mean, she's not robust enough to carry it. This guy over here, oh my goodness. So I found this at a big box store. I was in the back of the store looking for something else for gardening, and I just saw this sitting in the cart. No tag on it except for the tag I just showed you. And I took it up to the register, and I'm like, I can't find a tag. None of the other plants look like it. The base was so thick. It was so pretty in the store. It wasn't even outside. It was inside the store, way in the back. And I thought, why is this sitting here? And I thought it was in somebody else's cart, but no, it was like a cart of, looked like things you put back or like returns or whatever. Took it up to the register, and the guy was like, oh, these are the ones that go back to the nursery and we kind of get a credit for. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, you know what? You could just take it. I said, well, all right. Thank you. Is it all right? He's like, yeah, that's fine. Just go ahead and take it. It's fine. We send it back anyway. And it's only one plant. So I'm actually going to plant this one in the ground. I did notice that, I don't know if it was like leaves, I mean not leaves, the roots on top. It looks like it's the roots on top, but we'll see. I've never planted a tree before, so I'm going to plant this orange. I'm going to plant the lime. I'm also going to plant the fig and the cherry tree that I have, and a couple of other trees that I'm going to plant those as well. I guess Coco she really likes the smell of that orange. So yeah, this is the chips that we got from Chip Drop. It's like a place where arborists, I guess they're cutting down trees or whatever, and they take trees to wherever they take them to, and they pay a certain amount to take them there. However, if you get on chipdrop.com, you can like put in a donation. I put in $20, and they drop off a truckload of mulch. And literally, at first it was like, oh my God, how are we going to get this in the back? It was me and my wife that put it in the back with the wheelbarrow and another wagon. And it took us maybe a week because it was hard. So we got it in the back, and now we just need to spread it out, which we've done a little bit. So I'll have to do another video on that. That Home Depot bucket, there was my composter. Then I went back and I got this black trash can to be a composter. Poked holes in it. It was the Millennial Garden. Shout out to Millennial Garden, who I saw this video on. Get one of these 24-gallon, or is it a 32-gallon trash can. Poke holes in it. Put holes in the bottom, and then you do your greens, your browns, and then that's our food waste. I put all of our food waste, and I take some of the mulch over there, and I put that in there, and it turns it into compost, which actually works out pretty good. So this area over here, that was lima bean, which is a warm weather, and the way our weather is right now is not too much. There's Roma tomato, we got some celery, which is actually doing really well, broccoli rabe, and then up in this corner here is sweet peas, which is more of a warm weather. This is a penis plant, penis pepper, yes, penis pepper. Habanero, which looks a little sad right now, but that's okay. That's warm weather. More Napa cabbage, bok choy, because again we love it. Leeks, and this bit has onions and also radishes down there as well. Yeah, so on the top, I made this a little bit deeper because I had carrots in here and the onions, so I kind of wanted to be able to have room to spread. So we got lettuce up there, we got some collard greens up there, more radishes, white and red radishes, lots of onions, no garlic in this bed. The garlic's in the other bed. Shallots. And this is where I feed the worms. We have red wigglers in this bed, which all of this is going to be transferred to the other bed, that new bed that we have. But in the meantime, I feed the red wigglers. This has been in here for maybe 2 weeks now, but there's more food under the dirt than it is at the top. So they've been lower lately, which is fine. This bed does really well. And that radish looks like a little split, but that's okay. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. That's my garden under construction. Thanks for watching.